Well, what an amazing basketball game. So happy that our fans were able to come out. I was really nervous we were going to be back in like COVID mode where weren't going to have any people here, but it was great to have our fans. These guys met with the Maze Rage yesterday, and they were out for our game today, which was really awesome as well. I think the fans made a difference for us in the fourth quarter, and it's great to keep growing that fan base. But what an incredible basketball game. A game of runs. They're a really good team that we couldn't stop in the third quarter, but then they couldn't stop us in the fourth, and we held them to 9. I thought our team really stuck together in that fourth quarter, and it was led by Brooke's energy. She was just relentless the entire game. I thought Sila was phenomenal on Jazzy the entire game and really disruptive to her. So all around team effort and a great win.
Sila and Brooke, Coach just mentioned how you went and talked to Maze Rage. You guys lost to USC twice last year. What did coming in this game mean to you guys as a team? How fired up were you about the outcome?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big redemption piece. Brooke came in ahead of the game and just spoke about our seniors and how it was kind of a gut-wrenching loss that we left with them, but knowing we still could have won that game the whole time, and just heading into this one with a different confidence, but also knowing, like, we still have something to prove with this matchup.
Yeah. How did you guys kind of avoid any panic after the third quarter when you guys let a large halftime lead slip away to be able to bounce back so quickly in the fourth?
Yeah, I think it's just time put together. We have a phenomenal 3 core sophomores, and Ashley came up big, and just playing with each other and being able to stack practices and days with each other helps. I mean, we've come back from a lot of games we haven't been able to turn that page, so I think a lot of that just goes with maturity and experience with because Coach has really been challenging us with that, so just turning that page.
Sila, you had 4 steals today. I feel like a lot of people are always talking about your offensive game, but what have you seen kind of your development on the defensive side?
Yeah, I would just say Coach's confidence, and even Brooke, too, and me in guarding the best defenders. I lean on Brooke a lot because obviously she's, I think, top 3 in the conference in steals right now, so just learning angles, learning stuff like that, but also just going back to who I am, making a lot of national teams, it was because of my defense, so recognizing, like, I still bring different angles and different dimensions to the floor.
Yeah, even to add on that, she's always been a two-way player. I think that's what really Coach has been challenging them all to be, is two-way players. I mean, she's always guarding a top scorer, so it's not just today. I mean, you look at the matchup versus Vandy, she was guarding Blake. You look at the matchup last year, she was guarding Juju, and she held her, to under her average. So, I mean, it's not just like a one-time game. She's been a defender, so.
Sorry. Brooke, you had the jumper and then the steal for the layup or in the fourth quarter. Can you talk about what the 4-point swing did to you guys' momentum?
I just think it just wasn't just my 4-point swing. I mean, Mila had a tough step back. She hit a 3. Olivia Olsen is so hard to guard when she gets to her spots. I mean, she elevates over everybody, but mine probably just turned the page a little bit more. And, with me adding more offensively, it just helps our, main scorers to really just get on their groove. But, I mean, we play for a team with dogs, so I think that just really helped turn the page.
Sila, playing with Brooke for the last 2 seasons, I feel like you've probably seen a lot of her energy and just development of leadership. Could you speak on how you mentioned talking about her, she spoke about resilience. Could you just speak on her leadership and how she impacted the game?
Yeah, I mean, we all see Brooke's energy on the court, whether it be getting steals, getting great stops, setting people up for great shots, or knocking down shots herself. But really since freshman year and the 5 of us coming in, like, she was the one that was texting us after a bad game. She was the one helping us through, calling these plays, even if she wasn't on the court. So she's just been a really great leader to instill confidence in us. She's had so much experience coming from Oakland and now coming here. She teaches us what it means to be a good leader, to care about your teammates, and just have fun with the game, too. I mean, you can see her hitting different celebrations, flexing on other people when she makes her shot. So she just really shows us what it means to be a Michigan player.
And Ryan, what the student athletes?
Yeah, I mean, 11-0 at home. What is it playing at home that allows you guys to be so successful?
I mean, obviously, just having a great fan base. I mean, it's nothing like the Block M and Maze Rage coming out and us meeting with them. I think just makes a complete difference when you have a, almost a packed house. It really just changes the momentum. And like when we were hitting those big shots, like it was just such a crazy feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to Maze Rage for the support
Shout out
today.
Maze
and hopefully we
Rage.
can
Yes.
keep that going.
Keep
the
it
rest of the
going.
season.
Keep it
Yes.
going.
Yeah, so you guys jumped out to that early 15-5 lead, forcing USC to call that timeout. What did getting the momentum early, just in that way, do just to kind of build that cushion, especially for when it came to USC and how they played in the third quarter?
I think it just gave us confidence the way we came out of the gates, to know that we were okay, to know that we were up against a really good team, a team that we lost to a couple times last year, and we started great. So I just think that always gives confidence. I thought we picked up, we took a charge early against Jazzy, which was really big. I think we just set the tone early in the first quarter, and that's the way you want to start every game.
We haven't all had the chance to talk to you since win number 300. Wonder if you've had a chance to reflect on that, what that means, and obviously turning the page to 301.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was actually going to be 300, and then I think Sarah was saying something in the Vandy game or before that win, and I was like, wow, it just gives me a chance to reflect and be like, ooh, I've been here for a really long time, I think. But it's just, I think, and I've said this throughout my time coaching, but Gino Oriema said to me a long time ago, it's easy to get to top program. The hard part is staying there year in and year out. You can be a one-time thing and then fall off. And, I was a young coach when he said that to me, and that's something that always stuck with me, is just, can we be a consistent program year in and year out? So when I heard 300, I did the math, and I was like, wow, that means that we're pretty consistent, and we had, I've had over 20 wins every single year, which is what we're trying to be. Obviously, we're trying to win championships, so we still got a lot of goals to accomplish, but it means we're heading in the right direction. And just a credit to all the players that came before these guys and left their mark and believed that they could come to Michigan and make a difference. And they established the culture that these guys wanted to follow. And, I've been fortunate to coach some really great players in my time here.
What would you say the development arc has been like for this team this year, and how would you assess where this team is at right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's something that I reflect on every single day. Are we getting better? And where are we getting better? And where do we still need to improve? And my assistant coaches are phenomenal, and they'll say to me, like, there's a lot of teams that are at their ceiling right now. We are a team with our young people, with our people that are new to our program, that is going to continue to get better throughout the season. And for me, that's so exciting. I'll leave practice sometimes and I'll be like, man, we're not a great team. And then I look and I'm like, okay, well, we're whatever our record is, 17-3 and number 7 in the country. And I'm like, but we need to get better at this. So I just think, like, there are so many things that we can continue to get better at. But our work ethic and our talent and our passion and our drive, all those intangible things are there. So I just think with the things that we have in place, our players are going to continue to improve, which is really exciting.
And I know it's you guys have another game before then, but it's shaping up to be both the men's and women's Michigan State games being like top 15 matchups. What does that say about the state of basketball in the state right now?
Yeah, I said this when I first got hired. Michigan State was always the team from afar. When I was in New York, they were always the top 10 team. They were the Final Four team. They were this, and you didn't really hear much about, the University of Michigan. And that was kind of my mission at first when I came here, to learn everything I needed to learn about them and why were they successful and why weren't we successful and what did we need to do to be consistently a top 20 team. And, we've been able to turn that corner. But what a great thing for the state of Michigan to have two top, programs in the country. I just think it's, like, amazing for the state, amazing for people in the state, amazing for young kids in the state to know that you got two of the best basketball teams in the country.
Mila played 34 minutes today, shot the ball well, and looked like she handled the press well and some different looks from USC. Can you talk about her composure and what she did like across the board on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, Mila is phenomenal. I've said that in this room, from day one. She's just a real difference maker for us. When you have to be the point guard and when you have to handle pressure and, even at the end of the game, I'm like, do we need to call a timeout or can you get open? And she looked at me like, are you asking me that question, Coach? Of course I can get open. I can get open against anyone. And she really can. She just has a level of confidence, but also a skill set that is absolutely incredible. And, she's been, working really hard on her shot, and she made a bunch of big buckets, but she also got 6 rebounds. She's really been trying to emphasize her defensive rebounds, which have been critical for us, and then 8 assists. I mean, what an incredible day for Mila Holloway.
Coach, I'm wondering what, if anything, you might remember from day one.
Oh, my gosh.
You and Larry and the kids walked into Weidenbach, walked into the champions room,
Yep.
met that first team. There was so much excitement. What, if anything, do you remember about that room that day?
Yeah, I remember that at Weidenbach, and I do remember my press conference as well. I remember I got a message from Lisa Savory, and I've said this a lot before my press conference. It was, whatever you do, don't wear green. And then the next line was, and we particularly don't like red either. So I was coming from a red school. I had to throw out all the red. Well, I actually gave it to the whole neighborhood. So all these little kids were running around with all the red stuff. But then when I first got to meet the team, I mean, they were incredible. That team, and they're coming back for a alumni weekend. It was Jenny Ryan and Rachel Sheffer and so many, Nia Jordan. I mean, I can go down the line, but they're all coming back. They're all married with kids now. I think for me, I was leaving New York, and people always still tease me, oh, she's going New York on you. I didn't really know what that meant, coming to the Midwest. But coming to a place that I didn't know at all. Moving my 3 children and my husband across the country was a huge risk for me and a huge commitment, and I didn't know what to expect. But the Ann Arbor community and that first team, I mean, I can't thank them enough, and it speaks volumes to the University of Michigan and the people in Ann Arbor. It's rated one of the best places to raise a family. It's rated one of the greatest university in the world. It has all these ratings because the people are absolutely incredible. I didn't know what it was like to go to the supermarket and have someone in line want to talk to you for 10 minutes. That wasn't something we did on the East Coast. But I just think I was so welcomed by that first team. It made my life so easy, and it made my transition to Ann Arbor absolutely incredible. That team was really, really special, and one that I will never forget.
You good? Yep. Okay. Andy, and then we'll end with.
Cool. Yeah, so starting the fourth quarter on that 13-0 run, what did you say to your team during the huddle after the third quarter, and what adjustments were made to kind of be able to produce that run?
I just think we needed to settle down and play defense. 31 points that's not who we are. That's not what we do. We weren't getting back in transition. It was the start of the third quarter for 2 free throw misses. They went and scored easy buckets. Like, that's not who we are. We needed to regroup, to refocus, to sustain that effort for a longer period of time. I gave a shout out in the locker room to Coach Mel too, one of my longtime assistants that's been with me forever. The air was kind of taken out of the room in the third quarter, and she came to that huddle like, this is our game, like, settle down, like, and got them going again, like a score and a stop. Let's get it done on the defensive end. Let's start on the defensive end and be able to chip away on the defensive end. Let's get back to our identity and who we are. And we got stops, and then we made plays on the offensive end. There was a stretch in the third quarter where we couldn't make plays on either end. We got those stops, and we got that confidence, and we got that momentum. And, a shout-out to, obviously, Olivia was phenomenal. Mila was phenomenal. Ashley Solfolcanic had a heck of a day. But those are all the offensive end. The stuff that Sila and Brookie were able to do on the defensive end were absolutely incredible as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Olivia, her performance today in that third quarter. She had 8 points when the rest of the team was struggling to find success offensively. What about her consistency? Double figures every game this season, I think. What's that meant to this team?
I mean, Olivia Olson is a beast. She's one of the best players in the country, hands down, in women's basketball right now. I said this on the show after the game. She's not spoken about enough because of the balance of our team. She doesn't have to take, and she doesn't take 20 shots a game. Today might be the first time in her career she took 20 shots, and we needed her to take every single one of them. But she, hands down, is one of the, I mean, she could do everything. She's a 6'2" guard that is positionless, and everything we needed from her, she gave us. She drew fouls late in the game when we needed. She made big bucket after big bucket. She just plays offense, plays defense, rebounds, has a toughness, has an edge, a 3-level scorer. I mean, I just think she's, hands down one of the best. The problem is our team is so balanced and we have so many weapons that she's not, she could score 30 a night. There are 2 games a week ago where she had 17 and 19 at half. She didn't need to have 17 and 19 in the second half, so we had other people pick up that slack. But that's what makes a good team. And I think Olivia is so unselfish that she completely buys into that and does what the team needs her to do. The team needed her to score tonight. And when we needed her to score, she got every bucket that we needed.